Customers are the key for building a big royalty in Cincino. And because of that, I recommend you to work towards becoming the very best at getting personal customers and help your team do the same. While some partners like to show the product to one person at a time, others like to gather between 5 and 8 people at a coffee tasting party and make it more like a social gathering. Before your first customer demonstration, you should remember a few things. Test the machine a few times before you bring it with you. First of all, so you know how to make the different kinds of coffee, but also because when the machine is brand new, it's good to have made 3 to 5 cups before your first demonstration. I recommend the same with the cappuccino maker. It's always good with some practice. Of course, you need to remember to bring with you some coffee. My suggestion are 3 to 5 flavors, and use the description in the product catalog so you have with you a variety of small and large espresso. And if possible, bring the different kinds of coffee in an assortment box or the wooden box that we have available in the web shop. Most customers love to try a coffee drink with milk, and my experience is that by showing them the variety of coffee drinks they can make, they also see the extra value of becoming a customer. So remember milk. Have you ever tried drinking red wine from a milk glass? If you can answer yes to this question, I'm sure you can agree with me that it doesn't taste the same. So I'll recommend that you bring with you some espresso and cappuccino cups. Always serve espresso from an espresso cup. If possible, bring with you some additionals like chocolate and syrups that you can add in the latte. Remember that first impression is everything, so make sure that you put all of these items in a Cincino trolley bag instead of showing up with 5 different plastic bags from the grocery shop. Dress professional and of course be on time. And last but not least, bring with you the product catalog and our campaign folder or the printed contract that you find in your back office at cincino.com under Files. So when you arrive at your demonstration, the very first thing is to find a suitable place for the machine. And be polite and ask where they think is the best place for the machine. It's their kitchen. When you start to unpack the different items from the bag, focus on having just a normal conversation. Focusing on the person instead of the product is very important for a successful demonstration. My experience is that the very best salesperson is the one that is good at asking questions. In a coffee tasting party, I normally say that this machine can make everything you find in a coffee shop. But the 5 most common coffee drinks people ask for are espresso, Americano or regular coffee, cafe latte, cappuccino or cafe mocha. So it's good to practice a little bit before your demonstration so that you know how to make these different coffee drinks. So the very first thing is to find out what type of coffee your customer prospect order when they're at a coffee shop. What I find is that the majority ask for the coffee they normally drink the most, and that is often regular coffee, Americano or espresso. A good follow-up question to this would be to find out if they like their coffee strong, medium or mild. And because we have our product catalog with an exact description and chart of the different coffee types, use this in the beginning. After that first coffee, I often ask if they would like to try a different type of coffee, maybe a coffee drink with milk. This is also a good time to open the pod for them, give them the pod, and let them make their own coffee. Have you heard the phrase, facts tell, but stories sell? Instead of focusing on the facts, focus on the advantages, 3 to 4 advantages that you have experienced with having this kind of coffee at home. The machine is easy to use. Here you can get a perfect cup of coffee in less than 30 seconds. You can be your own in-home barista. It's hygienic and environmental. You get the variety of choices of coffee. Every cup you make is fresh. When you sign up for a monthly coffee deal, you get a big discount. A lot of people ask if we have fair trade coffee. And you know what? Rembouts Malongo is the #1 coffee company in Europe in delivering fair trade products. And last and very important is that your customers have you as their personal coffee agent. So if they have any questions, you're only a phone call away. Usually the customer prospect asks for the price during the demonstration, and I very seldom talk about the price before the end because I'd like their attention on the product, tasting the coffee instead of their nose in the brochure. What is important to remember is to never mention the discounted price before the original price. And 6 questions I normally use to find out which package I'm going to present are: have you ever considered buying an espresso machine? What machine did you like the most? What color do you think will look best in your kitchen? If you were going to have a machine, would you care for having the cappuccino maker so you can make coffee drinks with milk? How many cups do you think you and your family drink a day? 1, 2, 3, 4, or more? And last, you have to ask them the most important question. So what do you say? Would you care for having one? And important here is that when you've asked the question, be silent and wait for their response. If your customer isn't ready to decide there and then, book a follow-up call. And if possible for you and they would like so, you can also offer them to borrow the machine for a day or two so they can get used to having great quality coffee available at their home. After the order is written, remember to inform your customer of shipping costs and which months they will receive their coffee. Depending on which coffee deal they've chosen, the coffee is sent to them every 3rd, 2nd, or once a month. If you have any questions concerning this, you can log on to your own Cincina website and look it up there. Always ask if they want some additional products. They might want to buy the assortment box, espresso cups, chocolate, or something else we have in our product catalog. Before you leave, ask your customer to send you an SMS or call you when the machine arrives. This way you can come over and show them how to make their favorite coffee. If you haven't heard from them after 2 weeks, I recommend that you give them a call to make sure that everything is okay. After 30 to 60 days, I normally call my new customer to find out which type of coffee they like the most. This way I can let Cincina know which combination of coffee my customer wants so they can get their preferred choice instead of a mixed package. At the same time on the phone, I also ask for 1 to 3 referrals, friends of my customer that have tasted the coffee. Normally I get 1 to 2 referrals, and remember that it's important to get your customer to send an SMS or call their friends and let them know that you will give them a call in 1 to 2 days. So the next step is to go out and get started. Work your way up to 5 customers as soon as possible. It's so encouraging to see people's reaction to our coffee. And remember that even though there might be some customers you don't sign up there and then, as long as you follow them up over time, they eventually will buy when the timing is right for them. After you've gotten your 5 first customers, keep on showing the product so you work your way up to 10 and after that 25 and become 18. Remember that practice makes perfect and you are the leader of your team, so when you lead, people will follow. Good luck!